A group of 200 celebrities and other high-profile figures have joined forces to urge Scotland not to go independent. Sir Mick Jagger, Dame Judi Dench and Tom Daley are just some of the names who signed a letter calling for voters to say no in next month's election. They want people around the UK to add their own names to the list. The man who co-organised the campaign is the historian Dan Snow, and he joins me now. Dan, why?
Well, I think what's interesting is it's the biggest political discussion, certainly of my lifetime. The Scottish people rightly are deciding on the future of their country, and that's very, that is actually very exciting to watch. They're having a fantastic debate, and they are deciding they're using a democratic right to determine the way they're governed. But of course, it does affect the rest of us, because if this country without Scotland is a very different country to the one that I've grown up in and the one that I like living in. And so what we've said to the people of Scotland, we're not telling you how to vote. We can't tell you how to vote. Obviously, we are telling you how we feel. In case it's interesting. So obviously you've got to sort these issues out amongst yourselves. NHS, schooling, oil, all those things. You are whether or not you keep the pound, all that stuff. If anyone up there is interested, what the rest of the UK feels, the answer is a resounding, we hope you stay.
Because this affects the whole of the UK, do you think it's unfair that people in England, Wales and Northern Ireland don't have a vote?
No, I don't think it's unfair at all. I think every people have the right to choose exactly how they want to be governed and how they, whether they want to exist in an independent state, an autonomous state, or whatever it might be. I think it's right and proper. Scotland's doing what it's doing at the moment. But I think it's also right that if we're allowed to say, it's all the same with you. We hope you stay. Just so you know, just so when you're making that X in the box in the ballot, we're not telling you what to do. We're just saying, we think you're totally brilliant. We hope you stay. Let's
have a blast of music now, because you called Let's Stay Together, a great Al Green song, but you've gone for a bit of Queen all the same on the launch video. Here it is now.
I've been with you such a long time.
I'll do it again.
You're my sunshine, and I want you to know.
Now, look, we just saw John Barrowman there. Despite his American accent, John has a Scottish background, but he doesn't live in Scotland. So he signed the letter as well, has he?
He signed the letter.
He can't vote.
No, the letter is for people who can't vote. The letter is from people who live in Northern Ireland, England, Wales. They may be Scottish, they may be whatever they might be. They're a resident here, they like living in the UK, they think it's a great place, and it's them saying, we hope you stay.
The thing is, if you are Scottish, you're sitting in Scotland now and you're going to vote yes for independence, this is akin to listening to a bunch of foreigners telling you what to do.
Well, I hope it isn't. I hope it's akin to listening to a bunch of foreigners say what they hope. Because that's what's the weird thing about this letter, if you actually read it. It's about us. It's about us saying, we like being part of the UK with you. We're not telling them you've got to vote to stay in the UK. We're saying, we really like being in the UK with you. We hope.
So it's food for thought.
It's food for thought.
Rather than trying to tell
when
them
you're
what to
making
do.
that decision in the ballot box, just one of the things you want to think about, as well as all the other issues, is that the rest of us in the UK will be really sad if you leave. That's it. But if you do leave, no hard feelings. That's it.
A few messages on Facebook to 5 News tonight. Alison Clark says celebs are not helping Scottish people to make their choice. It's for us Scots to decide, as we are the ones living here.
That's the first letter. That's the first line of our letter. It's for them to decide.
Although one of the biggest supporters of Scottish independence is Sean Connery.
Well,
he doesn't live there.
It's worth pointing out that Scottish independence, Alex Salmond likes to surround himself with celebrities when he makes big announcements, but that's fine. But it is up for the Scottish people to decide. Of course it is.
Pamela Mitchell, this is a pathetic and childish action from the celebs. None of them has a vote. Few of them live in the UK. None of them has any right to dictate to Scotland. What do you say to that?
Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, nearly all those people live in the UK, and we're not dictating to Scotland. We're saying the way that we feel, we love living in a country that includes Scotland. That's what we're saying. So we're not saying to the Scottish people, you've got to vote for this, or you're going to lose this and that and that. We're saying what we'd like, because we can't tell you how to vote, we can tell you how we feel. We like living in a country with you as our fellow citizens.
Dan, we know how you feel. Thank you very much indeed.